though, before I get tired of pulling cards again, let's go on and talk about these other two cheering in this circle of foolishness, this blue face circle of foolishness. Um, shit, let's be clear. I have always said Blueface was the problem, but I think that women gravitate towards problematic men and pretend that they can hold him for themselves instead of seeing that this man is exactly who he is. And I'm not saying you should accept that, but knowing that a nigga is a hoe, you can't expect him to do nothing but hoe shit. And I think that Nevaeh, although I fuck with you, I ain't like the rest of these folk. They hate you real bad, but I fuck with you. Like I said, it's my Midwest girl. Okay, so let me play auntie real quick for you. Let me play St. Louis auntie real quick for you, Nevaeh. I know, baby, you pregnant and you all in with Jonathan, and I guess all in as much as you can call it all in, but I'm gonna caution you, baby. I'm gonna talk to you Omo Oshun to Omo Oshun, okay? This ain't what you want, alright? You got your baby out the situation. Not that that was what you wanted, because I truly do believe that, Nevaeh, you did really, really like Blueface, or you really do like this nigga. But knowing that you know better, Nevaeh, again, Omo Oshun to Omo Oshun, knowing that you know better, and knowing that Ialode says, I belong to no man. Girl, what you doing? What you doing, sis? I know I ain't gonna. I'm for the voodoo. You do what you do with that. Like I insist on you putting him in a goddamn jar, including your baby's grandmother. But or maybe freeze the bitch or some shit. I mean that I ain't worried about. But if you need some spell work tips, go inbox me, girl. I got you. I throw you some shit. Omo Oshun. But Nevaeh, you know better, okay? You know that by being crowned to Oshun or belonging to Oshun, the things that you are doing is not of Oshun. You're actually acting like Obanani. And that is no disrespect to Omo Obanani. I love Obanani. But y'all know that when she was with Arenle and with Shango, she was doing things that was completely beneath her. And Nevaeh, this is beneath you, ain't it? All this scrapping and fighting and fussing about this dick that done been all in the streets, baby, that's beneath you, ain't it? Realistically, you're not attached or tied to Blueface. Even though you have his baby growing in your stomach, you're not tied to him, Nevaeh. It's almost as if you're seeking this shit. You like the excitement. You like the drama, don't you? That's just a little bit of part of being an Aries. I believe you're an Aries. I could be wrong, but I'm an Aries moon, so I'm gonna talk to you not only Omo Oshun, but I'm gonna talk to you Aries to Aries, baby. Because see, what us Aries folk and us Aries moon folk will do is crash out, and destroy every motherfucking thing, and he ain't worth it. Nobody's worth your freedom. Nobody's worth the embarrassment that this man trying to put up. Baby, Oshun said, baby, I know damn well you can ready to cut this shit short soon, ain't you? Yeah, I understand you're in love with Blue, just like Oshun was in love with Shango. But you know, at the end of the day, Oshun left Shango, right, Nevaeh? Because just like Shango, Blue would not let go of his women. Blue ain't gonna let go of his women, baby. There's always gonna be a new hoe present, or in this case, a old hoe. He then went back to Krishan. See, his manipulation has decided to go back over here and fuck with Krishan, okay? I don't want you to get upset. I don't want you to get alarmed. If you have already been on the internet and said something, make that your last time, okay? Make that your last time addressing that, because given he and Krishan's history, you already know that this shit is getting ready to go off the rails, Nevaeh. You already know that this situation is going nowhere, simply given their history, sweetie. Now, practitioner to practitioner, you could take this as your exit. You could take this as the universe telling you, all right, this shit ain't going to work with you in Blue. You tried to make it work, but it's not going to work. There are other avenues available for you. No, you don't need to continue to hope that things straighten out, because, Nevaeh, you already know. I feel like you pulled tarot cards, too. I feel like you done already pulled these two cards. No, this shit ain't going to work out with you in Blue. Now, I know that you are one of the girls that are probably going to give him more than one baby. And that's in your cards, okay? I I do see that, Nevaeh. I see that Blue is a terrible father, okay? He's a terrible father. I just want you already, listen, he's a terrible father, but I see you having more than one baby by him, okay? And there's probably 2 sons you're going to have by Blue. But you are connected to him family-wise. He's not going to be really a good dad, or maybe that's a good influence for your son that's already here. Maybe you should not have Blue around. And I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I'm just talking to you, Omo Oshun to Omo Oshun, because this has to stop, Nevaeh. This has to stop. First of all, you're better than this. You didn't even come in as a queen of coins in reverse, although you do your thing, baby. I get it. You should do your thing. You're a young single woman. And fuck what he talking about, baby. He fucks everything. He got another baby on the way right fucking now. Are you serious? No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Nevaeh. Maybe you need some time away from him. Maybe to gather yourself to see that Shango is playing with you and will continue to play with you and will be the depth of that spirit, that drive, that beauty, that everything that is Nevaeh, okay? And I'm saying, Omo Oshun to Omo Oshun. Think about how Shango did Oshun. And think about how Obanani used to come and complain to Oshun. And I hope you're not doing this, because you know Oshun told Oba to put them motherfucking eels in that man's food, and it ruined the relationship for all of them, okay? But I hope you're not out here telling folk what's going on with you and Blueface and talking to one of your friends and she finna Oshun you, girl. He'll be fucking one of your friends next, but baby, he will be the death of, and not you physically, but the death of everything that you are as a woman if you don't stand up. Do I think you gonna leave him alone? Oh, hell no. In fact, I know you're not. Your cards already said you ain't. And we know Oshun has a level of pettiness in her when it comes to a man. So, because you are young, Omo Oshun, I almost expect this, but I expect you to get through this quickly and not linger in this madness, Nevaeh, because you know better. But for the most part, you know what you're doing. Because although, like I say, you my good Midwest girl, my good Midwest sis, baby, but they don't know who they playing with, do they? Blue don't know who he playing with. Oh, there's a situation about to explode. See, Nevaeh just sitting back watching the drama happen, okay? She's seeing the shit. And she probably taking notes, you know, that Aries, like, I'm gonna get your ass for every motherfucking thing you done tried to do to me, nigga, and everything you thought you was gonna do. You know, some shit can really hit the fan. And I believe this is after Nevaeh has her baby. Once again, Nevaeh, speaking Omo Oshun to Omo Oshun, this is a bad choice to continue down this route in this circus, in this flea-bitten, flea-bag-ass circus that's going on. And I'm not shitting on your baby daddy. Please don't get upset with me, baby. We ain't gonna do no witchcraft on each other, because, no, you don't want to do that, okay? I'm trying to help you, okay? And I'm not shitting on you at all. So just hear auntie while she's talking to you, okay? Don't do that. Recognize what's on my neck, baby, okay? I've been crowned Oshun for almost 20 years. Do not cross that line with me, okay? As you know, Oshun is the queen of witches. If you take me into that mode, if you pull me into Ajay mode simply because I'm trying to help you, I will show you, okay? Anyway, yeah, you already know this is a fucked up decision. You involved in some bad choices with him. And again, this has nothing to do with your baby, but your baby daddy. You knew who the fuck he was when you decided to have his baby. Just like Oshun knew who Shango was when she decided to give birth to the Ibeji. He did not take care of those children. In fact, he went back over there to Oya. And who the fuck is Oya in your situation? Krishan. Okay? But Nevaeh, you gotta, I know you ain't trying to hear. I know. Young Oshun never listens, okay? In fact, she becomes a bugaboo. Okay? And I understand that you're doing all of this and you're going to be said bugaboo because you're in your feelings, but good, take Blueface down and through that. But the problem is you need to stop fighting for a space in this man's life when he's got room for everybody, okay? You and him are both promiscuous, and this is what Nevaeh finna get back on, okay? Nigga, you think you playing a game, she finna get you, okay? She getting ready to be all over this state, doing her thing. Popping that yellow pussy, baby. That yellow bird getting ready to be out there. Okay, so while Blue thinks that he's embarrassing Nevaeh, she's fully accepted. Yeah, I am promiscuous, but you just don't know